What's up guys, Andre here. This is Throttle Chaser, and now I'm gonna give you a detailed review about the 2017 CBR1000RR. Of course, this is not completely stock. I brought some mods to this bike. I'm gonna put a video in the description below about the mods. The weather is not that nice here, it's getting ready to rain, so I'm gonna try to make this one a quick video, and I also try to put all the details I can about this bike in the video. If you guys like it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section below. There have been a ton of modifications on this bike compared to the 2016 model. Power gain is not that much, it's just 10 horsepower, but it's a big difference in weight reduction. It's over 30 pounds lighter than the previous model. The frame walls are thinner, the fairings are thinner. The fairings of this bike are only 1.8 millimeters compared to the old bike that had 2 millimeters. The engine itself is like 4.4 pounds lighter than the old one. Wheels are also lighter. They tried to save a lot of weight everywhere they could. Stock, it came with a titanium exhaust, which was lighter. Here, what you see, the tank, this is actually plastic everywhere. The tank is situated underneath. It's a pretty good tank. I think it's a 4-gallon or so. I usually get around 40-42 miles per gallon with this bike. So from red light I fill it up, and when it comes back on the red light, you know, the fuel gauge, I can ride about 170 miles, so it has a pretty decent range. Let's talk about some numbers before we start. Power on this bike, 189 horsepower at 13,000 RPM. It has a red line at 13,500 RPM. Torque on this bike, it's 85.6 pound-feet of torque that you get it at 11,000 RPM. The huge improvement compared to last year is the weight of this bike. This bike now only weighs 425 pounds with fuel, oil and everything. This is the matte black color. It also comes with the red and black color. These are the only two options for the base model. Then you have the SP model and the SP2, which those are limited numbers. The 2017 one has this 25-year edition, you know, from the first Fireblade in 1992. The tires on this bike are some Bridgestone Batlax S21 Hypersport. The front one has a common size, 120/70/17. The rear one, it's 190/50/17. What we got here for the brakes on the front is the 4-piston Tokico brake, radial mounted calipers. Okay, we have dual disc on front, 320 millimeters, and we have one disc on the rear with a Nissin caliper, and the disc on the rear, it's a 220 millimeter. On the front, this is a big piston Showa fork. It's fully adjustable. It's a 43 millimeter. Okay, we have some adjusters here. We also have some adjusters here. This bike is fitted also with an optional ABS. Okay, that's like a $300 option. On the rear, we also have a Showa rear shock, adjustable as well. A very interesting thing is that we have some covers here on the engine, okay? These are gonna protect the engine a little bit, you know, in case you drop it at low speeds. That's only on the right side, on the engine side. On the left side, we don't have that cover here. But still, that's a good thing. We also have some frame protectors here. These are some plastic protectors. You know, it's gonna protect your bike a little bit in case you drop it. It's another one on this side as well. We got some LED, full LED headlights, as you can see. Here you have the air induction, one on that side and one on this side. You also got LED tail light, okay, and LED turn signals. On the front mirror, the turn signals are integrated in the mirrors, but I don't have the original mirrors anymore, and they were also LED. They would have come here. Now I have these end bar mirrors. One thing you can notice is that the rear seat, it is extremely small. Like, this is my hand, it's smaller than my hand, like narrower than my hand. Like, who's gonna sit here is not gonna be very comfortable. Now, talking about rear seat, let me show you the trunk capacity, which there is none. You can probably put your wallet and, you know, use this rubber band here to hook it safe. I'm not gonna take it out now, but that's it. It's barely any room in here in the trunk. You can just put this here, slide it, press on it, and that's it. Okay. Like I said, this bike has the optional ABS system. Okay, it was like a $300 option. The standard version, the CBR, doesn't come with a quick shifter, but you can opt for that. It's around $600 though. This bike doesn't have the quick shifter, but if you get it, it's very simple. It's just to plug and play, basically. I want to do that very soon. I heard it's I never drove a bike with a quick shifter, but I heard it's a awesome upgrade, awesome feature, basically. This bike features ride-by-wire throttle, you know, so you don't have any play in the throttle. But I can tell you what, it's pretty jerky, and you have a very small, like, dead period here, like dead spot, you know, like a small lag here. You need to go past this spot, and then you start to feel like the acceleration. But if you go too fast, it's gonna be very jerky. Now, the kill switch button and the start button are all integrated in one. We have the kill switch. This is the on position, and you just hold tight, pressed on it, and the bike is gonna start. On this side, we have a lap button. Okay, we have the hazard lights. We have the lights are all the time on. Now, again, if this is in the bottom position, it's gonna be the low light, the low beam. If you put it on the top position, it's gonna be the high beam. And to flash, you need to have it at the bottom position and just press on it. So they simplify the buttons, you know. Now here you have the horn, you have the turn signal button here. You have the selector and the mode button. I want to show you guys now a detailed video about the display. This is a full color TFT display. Now check this out when I put the ignition on. You have a very nice animation with Honda. Okay, like I said, if you hold this button, the bike is gonna start. Like this. Now I'm gonna have to turn the power off, because this is what happens if you leave it on like that. If you don't switch the key, the lights are on, so you have to switch the key. Okay, now lights are off, and when you switch the key back on, it does the beautiful animation again, but the lights are off. Pretty cool, right? Now let's get back to the dash. So here you have 3 users already preset. User 1, user 2, 2 users, my bad. And these are your modes that you can change them yourself. I mean, all of them you can change and customize them. User 1 and user 2 come preset. And then mode 1, mode 2 are basically, and 3 are basically the way you want to set up your bike. So in order to access that, you need to hold the mode button. Okay, and it's selected the P. P comes from power, so it's from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 to 5, 1 being the highest power, 5 being the lowest power. Now, to go to the next category, which is T from traction control, you press the mode button. And your traction control, this is set on 2. You have from 1 all the way up to 9. If you want it off, you need to go on 1, okay? And hold the button selector down. And now it's on 0. That means it's off. And this light here is gonna stay on, you know? Traction control is cut, you know. This one is gonna come on when the traction control is on and the traction control interferes. So let's put it back on 2. 1, 2, okay. And this is the engine brake. Okay. Okay, in the traction control for the model year 17 and 18, the anti-wheelie button, basically it's incorporated. So from traction control, if traction control is on 0, the wheelie is gonna be on 0. From traction control 1, 2, 3, you have anti-wheelie level 1. From 4 to 6 is level 2, and from 7 to 9 is level 3, like the most interfering anti-wheelie. Now the next one is engine braking. You have again from 1 all the way to 3. 1 is the strongest engine brake, 2 is in the middle, 3 is the least effective engine brake. Now, to come out of this menu, you just click the mode button and you're out. If you press the mode button again, it's gonna take you to this next category, which is trip. You have trip A, trip B, and total. Okay? You click mode again, it takes you to the other menu. And you have average consumption, trip A consumption in gallons, average speed in miles per hour, time while the bike was running, basically. This is the rev number, you know, like it matches the rev here, you know. Instant consumption, and again average consumption. Then you have the side stand. Side stand, see, it gives you a nice animation when the stand is on. Put it off, and you have other menus. Date, you have here this writing here, you can customize, you can put your name or whatever you want. It's set as CBR1000RR, I didn't modify it. This is a blank page, it doesn't show anything basically. This is a nice writing with the CBR. This is a rev limiter indicator. So you set this to what rev you want the lights to be on. At 12.4, all the lights are gonna be on. They're gonna gradually light from this one all the way here, and when it reaches 12.4, they're gonna be on, and they're gonna stay on until you shift. Let's see. Grip angle. This is basically the tilting of the motorcycle, like front wheel up. You know, it's not lean angle, it's just grip angle. Voltage, battery voltage as well. And back to the date. Now, I told you earlier, the red line limiter is increased all the way to 13.5. Here on the left corner you have a watch. Okay, you have the neutral light, ABS light, traction control light, oil light. Okay, now to enter in the menu you need to hold mode and up, and you are in the menu. And you have few menus. You have function, you press mode, you go. First sub menu is quick shifter. This bike is not fitted with the quick shifter, so I cannot modify it, but you press on it, it doesn't happen anything. When you have the quick shifter, you're able to choose if it's up, down, and the level. Like, you can have only quick shifter or quick shifter and auto blip. They're two in one. Again, suspension, A1 comes from automatic 1, A2, A3, M comes from manual, M2, M3. This is something you can adjust, but it's only on the SP model. Then lap time, you have lap data, okay? These are sometimes I went on the track a few months ago. You also have the date, time, top speed, maximum rev, maximum temperature. It's pretty cool. You can reset them or you can just go back. Clear data, I'm not gonna do that. We go back. Display, you have display mode, street, mechanic, or circuit. Street is the one you saw. I'm gonna show you the mechanic one now. It's gonna be like this. Okay, you have rev, gear, grip angle, coolant, battery, and the circuit, like track basically. And what's this gonna do? Let me show you. It's gonna put here the times, best lap, speed, and you just press on the lap button and it starts. And it's also, you press once, it starts. It's gonna take like 10 seconds to start. I'm gonna wait. Okay, and then you press it again and it stops. And it shows you how far away from your best time are, you know. Okay, let's go back in the menu. Okay, oh sorry, we've been to function, lap time, display, shift indicator. This is what I was talking about. You can set it from 200 RPMs. See, it's all the way up to, I don't know why it's all the way up to 16.6. From 4,000 to 16,600. You also have off. Okay, let me go back to where I had it set. I had it set on 12.4. Brightness, you have brightness automatic, or you have from 1 all the way to 8. I leave it on automatic. Background, this is pretty cool. Metallic was the one we started with. We have carbon, and let me show you the carbon now. Okay, let's take this. You hold the lap timer off and it gets you back to the regular screen. And this is the carbon one. Okay, so we had metallic, that was carbon. Let's go to white. Oh, sorry, auto does a white background in the morning and the black one in the night. Let's go to white. This is white, and now I'm gonna show you black as well. Background black. It's a black background. Okay, next one. User letters. Here you can write whatever you want. I told you the writing is CBR1000. You can put your name, you can put whatever. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Favorite, you can select the favorite info to start with. General, you can select date and time. Okay, I'm not gonna do that now. Units. For speed, you can select miles per hour or kilometers. For temperature, you can select Fahrenheit or Celsius. For fuel consumption, miles per gallon or miles per liter, which is not really a measuring unit. Or is set to default. We go back, service here. This is again something I don't really know about. This is to set your interval, suspension. This is probably for the SP model. Quick shifter, DTC, it's the traction control, and sport kit. This is something that only the SP2 model had. On the sport kit you could have, I cannot click on it, but as you can tell, you have a speed limiter, like for pit lane. Oops, sorry. Speed limiter for pit lane, tire diameter, shift pattern, a lot of other things. Okay, and we exit and we're back to the main screen. Okay guys, this was the bike. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. If you did so, please like and subscribe, and comment in the comment section below if you have any suggestions, if you have any questions, anything. I'll be there to answer all.